Hello friends, in commercial law, there is a concept, there is a principle called doctrine of caveat emptor. In this lecture, we shall have discussion about this doctrine, this concept. Friends, typically, when the buyers purchase certain goods or services, they have less information about those goods and services compared to information which is known to the seller. And it is possible that some defect in the goods or services is known to the seller but not to the buyer. In such circumstances, if later on the defect or deficiency is detected by the buyer, then what will be liability of the seller, or what will be the right of the buyer? So it is in this context only that the doctrine of caveat emptor comes into picture. According to general provisions of law, when a purchaser purchases goods or services, he assumes the risk of what he has purchased. And intent of law, so this intent of this general law is to place a duty of care on the purchaser to make inquiry before sale. So it is a duty of the purchaser to make all possible inquiry, to make all possible verifications before he actually sells. And this principle is called the doctrine of caveat emptor. And this is derived from a Latin term which means let the buyer beware. So when someone has to purchase certain goods and services, before he purchases, he can make any inquiry, any verification. Hence, the doctrine of caveat emptor is a sort of warning for the purchaser that he should be taking precaution. Now, this rule protects the seller and it is unfavorable to the buyer because it protects the seller. So later on, if there is some defect, the goods are not able to be used for the purpose for which these were purchased, then seller will not be responsible. The buyer cannot recover damages for defects rendering property unfit for use. So if subsequently the property is found to be unfit for use by the buyer, then buyer cannot claim, cannot recover any damage from the seller. There is one exception when seller will be liable. That exception is if a seller intentionally concealed the latent defects or he makes material misrepresentations which amount to fraud. Only then the seller shall be responsible. Otherwise, the responsibility, the risk will be of the purchaser, and this doctrine, this rule, this principle is known as doctrine of caveat emptor. Let us see one example. Under a contract, X sells an animal from his farm to Z. Negligently, Z selects an animal which is suffering from some sickness, and that sickness can propagate from one animal to other animals and can cause death. So let us understand this example. So there is a contract of sale purchase between X and Z. Under this contract, Z purchases an animal from farm of X. Negligently, Z selects an animal which is suffering from some sickness, and this sickness can propagate from one animal to other animal, and it can become cause of death also. In such circumstances, later on, all animal in Z's farm die and he files suit on X. Now, in such circumstances, what will be right of X and what will be right of Z? Friends, in this case, the court decided that Z was negligent in making the choice, and he cannot blame X for his own negligence. Hence, he cannot claim any compensation from X. So this is a case based on doctrine of caveat emptor. Well, friends, I am sure you will have understood this concept properly. Thank you for watching this video.